Welcome to the 2022 local election candidate videos made possible by a partnership between Collin County Votes, which is an initiative of the Collin County Business Alliance, the Allen, Frisco, McKinney, and Plano Chambers of Commerce. I'm Leanne Libby with Community Impact Newspaper, and I'm excited to introduce our viewers to Chris Schulmeister, Allen City Council Place 4. Welcome.
Thanks, Leanna. Pleasure to be here. Yes.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
Please share with us, what are your top 2 to 3 policy priorities?
Yeah, I think just to continue to work on our uh, priorities are the public safety, and to continue to work on our parks and amenities. We're a city that values that part of our city. We've done a great job with it. We recently created and finished up a strategic plan for the city after many years, and it's going to provide the guide for us as far as where we should set those priorities. And I'm excited about what lies ahead.
So Collin County is one of the fastest growing counties in the country. Please share with us your feelings about this growth specific to Allen and what challenges and opportunities come out of that growth.
Yeah. Well, Allen's a city that's a bit landlocked. We're about approximately 27 square miles, surrounded by cities that are about 2.5 to 3 times our size. I do sit on the Regional Transportation Council and represent the city of Allen along with 5 other cities. So I know I've learned firsthand some of the growth that Collin County is indeed the fastest growing county, not just in Texas but in the nation. And addressing the transportation needs, I think, is going to be it's obviously a priority with the RTC and the North Central Texas Council of Governments. And I've learned that, this is going to take a regional collaborative partnering effort among all of the cities. So I see that as one of the challenges as far as our city and the region as a whole.
So, how important is continued commercial growth to you, and how would you like to see the city attract new companies as well as retain your existing commercial base?
Well, I think that we have a lot of momentum right now in Allen. Of course, we have about 900 acres along the 121 corridor, and just recently, in last year, we broke ground on the farm development. It's an exciting time for the city. It's an opportunity, that whole corridor, to really build our commercial tax base. It's going to be a mixed use development. It's really kind of propelled, if you will, the additional growth in where we have planned for the Gateway at Twin Creeks. You may have noticed or heard the Katy Trail Ice House is going to come to Allen, and then of course the Billingsley Group, which bought the Howard Hughes development, which was at one point Monarch City. So the farm is really, again, just I spurred this excitement, and it is. I'm excited about the commercial growth, because I have always said that if we don't do this right, we're doing injustice to our citizens, because this is an opportunity to really grow that commercial tax base in our city, and it's really our last opportunity because we are landlocked.
So, in what ways can the city support and partner with Allen ISD to support schools as they struggle to overcome the significant learning loss experienced during the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, we've always worked well as partners with the school district, and continue to do so. I admit that I speak frequently to the board of trustees on different things, and how we can partner through not just the city and the school district, but through the chamber, through some of our faith-based groups in the city, and and I think as a city, we're really fortunate that we have those relationships, and we can always have those conversations.
Good. So, what do you feel is the biggest mobility or transportation issue facing the area, and what can be done to address it?
Well, again, as I said, is just being a part of the RTC. There's a lot of things. We just did a Collin County transit study over the past 2 years that looked at at the differing options. Demand transit, which we have, DART, where it provides a service to our elderly and disabled in the community, whether there's a bus service, whether it's going to be rail. And from that transit study, and there's a thing called the 2045 mobility study that looks long term at, can we, uh, it's we have the roads and the loops that are being considered for Collin County, but I think we have to take another step forward. We can't close the book on the Collin County Transit Study. We have to recognize that this is a regional issue and not a city issue. And just because, not because it's costly, it's a costly initiative, regardless of the city. And and we got to figure out how we can share those costs and come up with just different ideas. I mean, it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure we explore and nothing is off the table. It's it's a concern given our growth. Allen and McKinney, we always say that the city, Collin County is the fastest growing county in the nation. Well, this little corridor of Collin County, Allen, McKinney, Anna, and if you hear of the growth that's going on in Anna and Melissa, um, uh, it's a lot of growth, and it's an issue that we're going to have to keep our eye on.
So, what do you see as Allen's biggest issue?
Um, well, I think that along with every city, our issue is kind of how we're going to manage long term our maturing or aging infrastructure. Every city has to deal with it, and our strategic plan and talking about. I believe it's the elephant in the room that a lot of people try to, or maybe sweep under the rug or ignore because it's 10 years from now, it's 15 years from now, and we have a lot of new development going on the west side, and we have some opportunities on the east side. But as a whole, we need to make sure that we have a capital plan that addresses and specifically plans and have a 10-year, 15-year plan of what are the roads that we're going to have to replace? What are the water and wastewater lines that are going to have to be replaced? If we don't do that, and we as council, we can't just look at next year. We have to look at, it's our job to look 10 years down the road as well, and not hand it off as a problem for somebody down the road. So that is really one of my biggest concerns, is making sure that we set aside the capital that's necessary to take care of our aging infrastructure going forward.
So, we live in a diverse area in every sense of the word. What what do you think as far as the community factor and how you view policy issues related to diversity? How do you plan to govern and make decisions with diversity in mind?
Well, about 15 months ago, I was on a panel with the mayors of McKinney and Plano with the CCBA and talked to just about that, about diversity and inclusion in the cities. And I'm proud to say that back in the January 2020, I went to council and I suggested that we create a task force and look at diversity, equity, inclusion within our city. And we did that. And to the credit of Mayor Folk, he pushed forward. We created a task force. They worked diligently. They were a great group. They came back just recently to this council a few weeks ago in a strategic planning session, and we as a council agreed to adopt a board, a diversity inclusion board, which is Build Better Allen. And many of those people on that task force will likely serve on that board. They'll create bylaws. I'm really proud of this effort because I always feel like we've actually done it. I mean, so I think so many cities talk about it and perhaps maybe give it a little more lip service than actually uh, making it happen, and we did make it happen. And it's a credit to the mayor and my city council members. We now will have a board that addresses just that, and we recognize that we are a growing community, and we are very the demographics. I mean, it's a very diverse city. So I'm very proud of what the city of Allen has done in our city council.
Great. So, last question. What is your
Sure.
favorite part of living in Allen?
Well, I've been in Allen for a long time. My wife and I first moved here in 1984, so I guess that ages me a bit, right? And a lot of the things that brought us here back then, the idea of raising a family and so many of the amenities are still here today. And And we have a lot to be proud of. I mean, you look around, we got state of the art trail and bike path systems, and I'm kind of an exercise nut, so I always take advantage of the parks and trails, and we're one of the safe recognized as one of the safest cities. Um, we have a great history. A lot of the people that came before me have done a lot of great work and to develop the city, and I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. And but I'm proud of that. I really enjoy, and I really do believe that those amenities, those quality of life amenities that I love so much, are what really brings businesses and companies and what's really going to propel. Uh, the 121 corridor, which we talked about earlier, but companies want to be here. Not only do they want to be here, they want to be a part of the community. They come in their community, their corporate ambassadors. They appreciate what we've got, the quality of life. Because if you got happy workers and they love what the city they live in, they're obviously more productive. So I might be a little bit prejudiced because I've lived here so long and I've seen so many good things, and I want to keep us on that same path.
Well, great. Well, Mr. Schulmeister, thank you so much for joining us today and allowing the voters to hear directly from you on these important issues.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's my pleasure. I enjoyed it.